There we go.
You're under my tab. Go to the right, all the way to the right, up top right, top right. You have to start the stream on Facebook. I just went dead here.
I don't see Facebook.
No, my screen's dead. Hold on. Right.
5 minutes late now.
No, I know. What? Wait a minute.
You're always got us late, Matt. No, he didn't. He's always on time. He troubleshoots.
Think here, Ray.
Talk to your phone.
Yep. For a second. Hold that.
You want to start?
You're good. You're on.
I'm on.
Yep.
Hey, good evening, everybody. It's Ray here, live from Gone Fishin tonight, along with Mike. Having a little bit of technical difficulties with the Facebook, but we are on to the YouTube, which is probably more important. This is why you should subscribe to YouTube. But anyway, no fishing this week. I've not been out yet. Um, Busy with my own business. Sucks. Got to get out on the water. Kind of miss being out there. But anyway, so tonight the bourbon of choice is Woodford Reserve and KW. So no more left, no more KW. But
I
anyway,
don't know why mine.
so tonight we're going to sit there. Last week Mike talked about uh, different kayaks, style kayaks, parts with kayaks. Well, I'm going to talk about like how when I go fishing, what I use when I'm out fishing. So when I'm out fishing, I am I take a crate. My crate holds my tackle boxes. I have four.
We're on the camera now.
I have four.
I
I have
need
four
to see
rod
the
holders
screen.
on it. Um, and then in the like I said, in the crates, all my tackle boxes. I take a couple extra GoPros, some GoPro batteries, um, stuff like that. Also, what you take fishing rods. I'm a fishing. My fishing rod of choice is the ugly stick, so I use all ugly sticks when I'm out. Um, what's up, John? Hope you're feeling better, buddy. Want to give a shout out tonight, uh, right now to Frank Hooper Jr. Happy birthday, bud. Um, Today's his birthday. He's part of the Snakehead Outlaws team. Um, so I wish him a happy birthday. Other than that, though, gonna continue here.
Okay, people. My bad.
Yes,
Sorry, we had some technical difficulties.
no, we're good though. We're good. Good.
Um, just some of the stuff was not saved on the computer. We got it going. Been a day. Ray, thank you for covering.
Hey,
Welcome,
no,
y'all.
no problem. Yeah,
What's going on, man?
Mike finally joined me, so we are good now. So
How you doing? How you doing?
I'm tired, man. I've had a rough week of work.
You have.
I've had a demo tile. Anybody who's ever had a great tile up,
But you
really?
didn't have to do it by yourself.
Oh man, I know it's a but it's still,
You had Michael Kenny.
still bust ass. It's still bust ass work. It's labor intensive. And
Michael, I had my son, Michael, who's usually our producer, and I had to call during the day. I was like, okay.
make
My
sure you
6-year-old, he works really good for me, but
he did a
I don't know.
he did a fabulous job. I mean, he didn't have much to do other than carry tiles. We basically used him as a laborer, but he was fantastic. Big help for the day. Um, but yeah, no, just a rough couple of days trying to catch up. Still running a couple of days behind. Everybody wants to go fishing in the evening. I can't go because I'm too damn busy doing stuff. Got to do estimates. And the
I'm
phone,
just tell you what, I'm really understanding of that.
and the phone, the Facebook, the phone just keeps ringing, so it just keeps getting estimates, so it keeps taking away my fishing time.
It could be worse.
Well, I can have no business at all. I could
And
just
then
be
you
sitting
can't
here
pay
fishing.
for your fishing time.
Oh, I could pay for my fishing time. I just need gas to get me to the fishing spot.
Good
The hell with that. But anyway,
job, Matt.
been trying to I'm gonna try to get my rear end out there next tomorrow maybe, or if not over the weekend. But
Let me get,
Lord willing, I'm gonna have a 4-day weekend next week, which is going to give me some time on the water. Brings me to a point. I'm going to remind you now. We will put a post out. There will be no show next Thursday,
no
4th
show.
of July.
You ain't gonna watch us next Thursday. You got other things to do.
Go watch the fireworks. And when John Coverly gets better, and he makes my red, white, and blue rubber worms, we'll celebrate by throwing them up in the air. That'll be our fireworks
Teddy,
show. Betty, yeah.
hey, real quick, that hell of a job. Matt just was faced with everything down. We couldn't get on Facebook. We couldn't get on YouTube. Our mics weren't working. And in a matter of minutes, and my monitor wasn't working.
4 minutes. 4 minutes. It took 4 minutes.
He got this.
Piecing it out.
Matt, I know Ray was giving you a ton of shit. Don't listen to him. You did a hell of a job.
Fantastic job.
So thank
Fantastic. Even though you were 5 minutes late, but it wasn't your fault. It was your dad's fault. Don't blame your
you. You want me to punch him?
dad. It's his fault. It's not your fault. We just threw Matt to the wolves, man. Actually, you know what? We're going to blame little Michael.
Yeah, he wasn't here.
He's supposed to be there, so we're going to blame him. Hey, we're gonna blame the people who aren't here. Now, he changed all the passwords. That's what he did. He did it. He changed all the passwords. Yeah, he changed everything. Messed us all up. But anyway, let's go back to talking about kayaks and what we take with us. So,
I got a lot to say about that.
depending where we go fishing, I have a cart. That's for me to haul my kayak wherever I'm going. I use a wilderness cart. I do have an ascend cart upstairs. I have two of them. I prefer the wilderness cart. I don't have to strap it down. Just sits up to my kayak and holds pretty good. Um, but yeah, my crate. I have a wilderness crate. Holds 4 rods. Of course, the kayak has 3 rod holders, but I use one of them rod holders for my net. 2 extra rods, but I don't take no 6 rods or nothing like that. Throwing everything. Um, but the box is a big thing because I put my pliers in it, I put my weigher to weigh the fish in them, and that doesn't matter what you have there, what brand you have. I think all of them are pretty much the same. Some of them cheaper ones are bad, but I do have a scale that goes up to 50 pounds. That's for them muskies when I'm out muskie fishing. Um, but anyway, today Mike went crabbing. He's setting
Well,
his kayak up with a crabbing situation. So it's just not the kayaks are for fishing, for enjoyment. You can get out there and you can crab and you do a lot with a kayak. I mean, it comes back to last week when we were talking about the different kayaks and what you can do in a kayak. It's you don't need. I mean, don't get me wrong. Is it nice to have a boat with a jet motor on it so you can jet through the river, get to point A to point B in
Bassmaster
3 minutes?
Classic
Yeah, do all
with
yeah,
stream others.
yeah, damn right it would be better. But when end of it all, at the whole end of the day, the kayak does all the same thing.
Yep.
And it like with me, I have nothing against people fishing in a boat, but fishing in a kayak, we all go together. We all start out together. The three, two, three of us will go out and we take off and we go our separate ways and we start moving. Then you sit there and you look back and you're just like, yeah, next thing you know, Mike's over there about 300 yards. Greg's over here 300 yards. I'm over here 300 yards. We're all separated,
But
except when it's time for a beer break.
except when it's time,
The beer breaks, all somebody's got to yell a
someone,
beer break, and
usually
everybody,
someone's carrying the phone.
yeah, somebody's got a cooler, and that person, we all
Usually
talk to
it's me.
yeah, I think Greg's been good lately,
Okay.
but no, so we do all that, and so there's a cooler in the back of the kayak, and still have room in the kayak to do some moving. But again, kind of hard during the week when you don't get to get out fishing. Like I said, I really tried, and last night they were calling for storms early, then they became in later.
Ray and
With
I were
the
going to head out, and we actually talked about it.
yeah,
And
with
then
the
I
winds,
him, and I was like, man,
winds were
I'm having
brutal.
second. Literally, my words were, I'm having second thoughts. The winds are picking up. I looked at. I use Weather Underground because they have a wind forecast. If you go on Weather Underground and you do the full forecast and then go to 10 day, it does everything graphic. The bottom one is a wind, and it spiked over 20 miles an hour by 6:30, and I was like, no,
I'm
that
not
sounds
afraid.
miserable.
The only way I would do any kind of high winds, like I was on in the Susquehanna, somewhere where I could barricade behind an island.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
if I'm lake fishing, I can get on the other side of the hill to
The
where it's not.
reservoir is good
Yeah,
for that.
like if you can get out of the wind, but fishing some of these local ponds, just it's brutal.
Brutal, and it's frustrating.
And sometimes you lose your anchor pole and it sinks to the freaking bottom of the pond, But
You
hey,
ever have that happen to you?
oh yeah, all the time.
I never had it
That happens all the time.
happen.
That happens all the time. But it's
So, piggybacking off of what Ray said, when I was looking to buy a coat, I was actually thinking second console. A lot of people trying to talk me out and saying that you're going to spend a lot of money and you're not going to use it as much as you think, and it's going to cost you and me. So I ended up listening to all these people, Ray, one of them, and I spent the money on a really nice kayak, and I'd have absolutely no regrets because I could launch this thing anywhere from a float down in a shallow stream to today. I was on the Chesapeake Bay with boats flying by, nothing. It didn't even faze me. And I'm gonna piggyback off of the second thing, what we bring with us. When I switched up today from my crabbing outfit or my fishing outfit to my crabbing outfit, I had to take out my catch board. Don't need that. I don't need my scales. I don't need the lip gripper. I don't need any tackle boxes. All that came out of the trout line. Put in the trout line pole. I put in the buckets. It was a totally different setup. So your kayak's very versatile. will actually send you pictures because the crabbing setup that I came up with worked well. Flatline pole actually slides into my rear fishing pole holders, and it worked great. I did. I, I will say I was out of the house bright and early this morning, planning on being on the river by 6:37. I was there. I had technical issues. Finally on the water by 7:30. Got out there. I was in the wrong spot. It wasn't salty enough. There were crabs. Pulled everything up. Drove about 30 minutes down to the mouth of the Chesapeake. Reset up. First run, I got two crabs on two poles. Wasn't happy with that. Went to a second place and did from 11 to about 12:31, but 30 crabs. So trial and error. But these kayaks are super, super versatile. You could set them up for fishing. You could set them up for crabbing. But I also just bought a whole setup so that I put racks on the, my car. I have a rack to carry. I could carry all four of my family's kayaks in my car. And we want to go up to the Octorara, for example, and just not even fish. Do a float down. Just hang out with the family. You got that. You don't have to be fishing to enjoy a kayak.
Yeah, no, there's a lot you can do with that.
And how many times do we end up out there and we're frustrated, done with the winds, and we just cruise around, you take pictures, and we bullshit and drink
Yeah,
beer.
yeah, sit
Mm.
there and drink beer and take pictures of the birds, different birds and stuff. It's kind of cool. This year, thinking about taking pictures, I actually finally went through my camera from like when we first started out on the kayaks in April. I have two before they closed the pond down, the one pond down we fished. Um, I have two pictures of two birds that are migratory birds. They're only here in the spring of the year and they're gone. So it's kind of cool because it's like I took pictures. I'm like, I don't even know what the hell I was taking pictures of. I mean, I'm just like, oh, I see these two birds. I took pictures, and here both of them are actually not even not even they're like migratory birds.
They're not even native.
They're only here. Like now, if I was to go out there, wouldn't even freaking see them. They'd be gone or further north now. So that's kind of cool. That was kind of cool. I didn't know what they were. I take pictures and I come home and I grab my bird book out and I'm like, all right, so I'm on the water. I'll look for waterfowl and figure it out. But yeah, so I have pictures of birds that are migratory. So
I
it's kind
thought
of cool. It's kind of cool to see that when you.
I thought about you today actually because I was in a spot, and this is a spot where I didn't catch any crabs, but there was a pedestal set up with a bald eagle's nest on it,
Nice.
and not you could have actually from where I was sitting, you could have got it in the same frame that there was an osprey nest in a
Oh
tree.
yeah, that's cool as shit.
So they were, I mean, they were probably 100 yards from each other, but from where I was sitting on the water,
Gotta
you
fix
could
the camera.
you could have seen them in the same frame. What's he got to do?
Okay, he's got it all shifted
Oh, just pan it toward me
towards
a
me,
little,
me more me.
or more toward right.
Yeah, it's all moving. You're good. You're good. I mean, it just needs to move over a little bit. Yeah, there you go. You're cool.
Otherwise,
No, he's good. Yeah, there you go.
there you
That's good.
go, right there,
Right there. You're good. You're golden there, Pony boy.
pony board
Yeah, he don't know.
outside.
He don't know. He don't know.
Great movie.
That is a great movie. That's a great movie. You know, it's funny because past week I've caught Grumpy Old Men twice on TV. On actually like a pay channel and Grumpier Old Men. What is your favorite? Do you like Grumpy Old Men? Do you like Grumpier Old Men, the part two one? Or both of them were the same?
I'm gonna start with
Because
this.
before you think about this, sequels suck. Usually when you watch, like, for example, let's from Poltergeist. Yeah, Poltergeist 1. Poltergeist 1 was great. Poltergeist 2 sucked. Poltergeist 3 was terrible. You know,
Let's see us Fast and the Furious.
you know,
I'm
but I'm just
kidding.
saying, it's like, but Grumpy Old Men is a classic. You watch it, it's hysterical. It's fun all the way through. It's good. Part two, my answer to that question is B. They're both equally good. They're both
They are
fantastic.
both fantastic.
They're hysterical.
So let me start out with saying, if I had to make a comparison, you're Jack. I'm Walter. I'm just going to start there.
Let me cut your net. Way you go. That's but it's the truth. It's it's funny because I kid I
It's
used to
funny
fish.
because it's true.
Yeah, as a kid I used to fish with. When I was younger and everything. We don't talk anymore, but the guy I used to fish with, he's like, we would always sit there. The first time we ever watched it, we came home from fishing all day, and he's like, "Oh, this is that movie I was telling you about. That I watch." He goes, "It's just coming on." Yeah, so we're watching on regular cable channel. I'm like, "Dude, we gotta watch it. Let's watch it." So we sat at his house, and sitting there chilling, watching. Hysterical. Like I laughed so hard. Like
Mhm.
me and him both looked at each other like, we're like, if we're hanging out age, this is 100% us.
Yeah.
I mean, me and my one buddy, it was
I
100%
can
us.
totally relate to it.
Guys, he would do shit like he would do stuff. I would do shit to him. It was back and forth. It was funny.
I'm going to give you a perfect example. Ray has been known to say, Mike, we're fishing at 5 o'clock. I'm leaving. You're not there. And he's damn straight.
Believe
Some people, they'd be like, where are you? I'm here waiting. Ray's like, nope, I'm on my way. If you're coming, meet me there. I'm
yeah,
done. I'm not waiting for your
yeah. I don't.
tired, sleeping ass.
Yeah, it's funny because
And I respect that.
it has nothing to do with anybody. It's I got up early. I'm up. Can't just sit at my house and wait for somebody to show up. So oh, excuse me, I just go out and go. But like when I go with Greg, and Greg's not, I don't think Greg's on or listening to us tonight, but if he does listen to the show later down the road, he'll get to hear this. But when Greg and go fishing, Greg says, "Hey, I'm going to be there at 5:15." In my mind, my ass is going to be there at 5 a.m.
Because
because
he's
that son of a bitch is there at 5:05. He's already loaded in and everything. He does. Granted, he'll wait for me at the boat ramp. He will shoot a text. Hey, you on your way? Yeah, I'll be there in 5 minutes or something. Because he will wait to help me just unload it real quick so I can load up and get in the water and
but
go.
at the same time, I'm fine with you leaving because I know where I'm going.
Yeah, if
And
you
I don't feel bad if I'm taking too long or whatever. I know I'm not going to hold you up. If you're just going to leave, and I'll get there and I'll meet you. So it actually is a lot less stressful for me. But also, this guy is the same person that he's got his plan for the day. He's got his all the gear he can possibly need. He's a lot better about the gear.
scaling down.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna give
Well, it's this is what I do. So I
you. When
scale
I
down.
first met you,
Oh, I brought 3, 4 tackle boxes. I'm no longer like that.
mm-mm,
I've really been trying to condense because I don't like to really have a lot of weight on the kayak. Not that your tackle box is going to have a lot of weight. You don't want to have a lot of weight on there. But I take the stuff that's my go-to. Take a couple extra colors. So if I'm fishing for snakeheads, we'll use the snakeheads. Like that's all I've been fishing for the past 5 month. Um, I take all my stuff, my Slayer rats, my venoms, my mice with the little Colorados on the back. I bring them, but I used to only take like 2 or 3 colors. Then you get out there and you're like, shit, man, I wish I had the black one with me or something like that. So if I'm bringing my Slayer rats, I'm bringing almost all my Slayer rats. If I'm bringing my mice, I'm bringing every color that I have. My venoms, I'm bringing everything I have. Then what I do is I have 3 extra trays now. There are lures I haven't tried that I want to try.
mm-hmm.
So if I'm out on the water and I'm like, you know what, the fish really aren't biting today, I'm going to sit here and I'm gonna just go out and mess around, and I'm gonna try some different lures out, some different stuff. That's what I've been doing. I mean, I just been, yeah, I've scaled down quite a bit. I mean, you open up that box. That box is ready. My crate is ready to go right now. I have two boxes. I actually changed up my big tackle box. Um, as my kayak is seafoam color, so I bought three seafoam boxes. That's just my snakehead box.
That's a
Yeah, but I wanted a big box like that with my seafoam when I'm out on the water. So I I have this extra tackle box right next to me here. I pulled out one of the trays out of the 3700s out. I put it in there. I changed it around. Something that I don't really use a lot for snakeheads, um, but I do use like spinners and some spinner baits and some buzz baits and some uh, chatter baits. I have them all in a separate box now, but took them out of the seafoam box because I want to have I want to have both my seafoam boxes with me.
So
And
one of
it's
the things that where we differed, I was very minimalistic. That and I've actually went a little further. I've actually asked you to use. I said I don't need a crate. Don't want to use a crate. And now I've said, Ray, can I use your backup crate? And the reason why is I need an extra rock holders because I don't like my net in front of me, blocks away,
you know,
but it ends up laying in the back behind me and it's just not sitting right where I could grab it. So there's a fine line between being and carrying so much that when you know you're only going to use probably 5 or 6 lures, maybe different colors of the type. So often I just bring all my lures just like Ray are in trays. I don't have hard tackle boxes. I switch in and out
yeah,
trays. So I will bring a tackle box and open it up and I'll take the tray that I think I'm going to switch to the most and put it on top. There's a second tray. I'll actually take it off out of the box and put it to the side. And there might be another tray under it. But I do think the crate is a good idea for the extra rod holder space, unless you have another place. I've seen a lot of kayaks that have had extra.
storage for them. Yeah, I agree. And it's like I said, I've when I first bought my wilderness crate, your wilderness crate only comes with. I believe the wilderness crate came with all four. Um, my one crate that I got, I don't know the name brand. I like that crate, but it only came with two rod holders. So I called the company up, told a little white lie, and told them I didn't get any rod holders. So they sent me two more. So I got the four rod holders. I was like, I told her, I said, look, I'll pay for the extra two. They just didn't come in the box. And she's like, no, no, we'll send them to you for free. Do you know I had them within 48 hours?
Really?
And it lets me know that the person I talked to in customer service was on it, was doing her job.
What's the name of that?
Hold on. Hey, Matt, put that great crate out right behind you. Gray box underneath there.
That was the one that I was going to borrow from him.
Yeah, it only came with two crates. Just read the top name off of the top of it, the lid. Oh, gee, don't tell me that. I can't see. Let me have this. Oh, Flame Bell.
Oh,
So
Flambeau.
yeah, so it only comes with two of
I
them.
haven't heard this name in a while.
Yeah, so it only comes with two, but I bought two more, so I would have four. It's like when I go fishing, I like four rods. I want to have a bunch of everything. Hey, real quick, happy birthday, Jay. Hey, have you moved yet, Jay? If you're watching still, did you already move away? If so, I'm coming up your way to go do some fishing on the lake you moved on to. Buddy Jay moved from Landenberg up to Poconos.
Oh,
Living on a lake, so we have a place to go. We go stay at Jason's.
nice.
I'll have to suck it
Small
up and
waves.
let us stay. Whatever. I don't know. He's got to do some fishing up there and tell us what we need to bring, and
Oh.
I'll just bring the whole bag. If I was to do a long trip like that, I would definitely eat the whole bag. I'd bring a couple extra.
Yeah, but you're not going to bring that with you.
No, not when I'm out in my kayak. No, I mean if I'm going snakehead fishing, I know what I need. If I'm going bass fishing, I know what I need. Um, if I'm doing a float down. The float down, I won't take the crate. I'll only bring two rods, and I will bring the smallest tackle box I have, like a little 3600. I'll put some small stuff. I'll put my go-to Ned rigs, a couple rubber worms to golf with, um, and whatever else. I mean, like the crankbaits, but stuff that doesn't go really deep. Because I'll be fishing in a creek, and I'll bring a couple deeper things, but I won't bring a ton of stuff like that. And
And
float down because I want to be light as shit when I'm going.
this is where we do agree. When Ray and I are bank fishing, Ray's got a backpack,
Yep.
and
I
I
carry three rods.
and I use a fishing guide, and they both carry enough for us.
Mm.
We just wear them differently. And the backpack you can take off. The fishing vest is more pain to take off, but you always have stuff on
Well,
you.
the reason I with the backpack too is like the backpack holds four 3600 boxes. I'm doing an all day trip on. I'm going up to Susquehanna in the fall, and I'm doing a full fishing day. I have all four boxes full,
So,
and that's just because you don't know what the water's going to be like.
so when I go up there and I got my fishing vest on, I could carry enough that I'm pretty sure I'm covered, and I know Ray's got what I got. Thank God.
Yeah, and I was going for
I ain't gonna lie to you. Like if it came down to it, I know, but at the same time, there might be something he needs. So it goes
oh,
both
fair
ways.
enough. But the good thing is like the stuff that I know works. I have two of. I always bring two in case I lose one.
Or
So,
in case I don't have
right, like in case you don't have one. Like, well, exactly. I mean, it's one of them things. Them lures cost a lot of money out on the water. You know, that's like being Amazon being delivered to you out there at the middle of the Susquehanna. So that lure that costs $5 that you don't have, I have to lend it to you. It's $5 rent it for the first hour, $2 for every additional hour. If you have it for more than 4 hours, better yet, if you catch fish on it, you got to buy dinner on the way home and beer.
actually. That seems kind of fun.
Yeah, that is fun.
Uh,
Yeah.
not the not the monetary thing, but the buying. I'm more on the buying. You know what? I'll buy you dinner. I ain't paying. Yeah, I'm okay with buying you
But
dinner and buying you.
it's kind of funny because sometimes I go out, like the one day me and Greg went out. This was, we want to drop back to like a March we went out. Too early to really go fishing. I mean, it was so cold. We were just like, go out and go fishing for a day. We fished all freaking damn day. Nothing. And we were just making our way. We went, started in Harrisburg and started coming back down the river. And we stopped at Safe Harbor Dam. We're fishing at the mouth and where the Conestoga comes in. And I put this chartreuse lure on. I remember Greg looking at me saying, that damn thing ain't going to work. I must have threw that thing for 30 minutes. I didn't get his bite. I was just about ready to take it off. I'm like, ah, you know, maybe some more gas. We'll just try. Boom. Catch a 20-inch smallmouth. Fishing. Boom. And the thing starts catching. And all of a sudden, hear over this loudspeaker, hey, we close at sunset. Are getting ready to get out of there over the intercom. So, me, while I'm sitting out there, you know, I'm like, how'd that guy say? And all of a sudden, over the intercom, you hear the guy say, I said you only have about 5 more minutes to be out. And I'm like, oh, they can freaking hear me.
Where was that?
Safe Harbor.
Really?
So they have a camera right there where the steps where you walk down. So where that camera is, they can see you. But when we
On
were,
the bank?
yeah, oh yeah.
Okay.
But when we were fishing that day, the water was very high, very high. So like you were basically coming down the steps, you had to stay on the rock wall. You usually there's a little bit of there was nothing there to catch. And but yeah, the announcer came on. I was like, "What's that guy say?" You know, I'm saying, and I'm doing stuff out that I shouldn't be doing while I'm out there. You know what I mean? I'm like, just while I'm out there, I'm just like, "Whoa, man, this guy can hear me."
He's
Dude, what
awesome.
how this guy see? This saw me when I went over to the one rock and pee. but But again, it's the fact that when I go, I always make sure I have a couple extra. When I go out and I fish, if I have a lure that really works good, I always buy an extra one.
Hmm.
So I always have two of something. You know, if you look at my tackle box, see anything where there's twos of the same thing, well, know that them twos are there for a reason because that shit works.
I have a bunch of lures that I have use of, but the best ones. I have a more beat up one and a newer one where I bought it, but I never got
And
rid
you
of the
keep,
old one.
yeah, and you keep using the beat up one because I mean, I'm bad for this because I have a frankly, I like the orange and brown crankbait.
Hmm.
Evan Van Dam, little tiny crankbait, hollow diver, goes down maybe 4 or 5 foot. I love it for when I'm fishing the lake, especially first thing in the morning because when I go out, I just pedal straight out. I go out probably about a mile and a half from the docks, and I'm steadily fishing the bank while I'm going out, while I'm paddling, just
Hmm.
to make to forget about the pedaling and just keep fishing. But I'm targeting something that's active, trying to bite right away. You know? I want the aggressive fish. So I go out and I do that, and then once I get to a certain point, that lure comes off, depending on the time of day, depending on the heat of the day, and I change up and we go something different. So
Well, let me ask you this. I'm going to start it off with Pad Crasher Tune
okay.
that I have. It doesn't even look remotely like it started. It has caught so many fish that it is so beat up you can't even see the point. I have a new one of the same thing, and it's my early spring lure because it happens to look like those early spring frogs, and I've crushed them. I've caught so many big bass. I've caught snakeheads. I actually have caught big crappie on. This is the only topwater hollow body frog that I've caught crappie on,
Hmm.
and it just is so destroying.
You know,
But I
it
still
sucks. You know what sucked about that day? 'Cause I have a lure when I was younger. Just like I'm gonna bring John Coverly up because I had him make the rubber worm kind of thing. Told him what the design was. If you look on our Facebook page, you can see a picture of it. It's phenomenal. Like I cannot wait to actually for John to make it. I actually, John, if you're still listening, not only do I want them in Senko kind of style, from wacky style. If you have Mr. Twisters and you can, I don't know how big you can make your Mr. Twisters, but let me know because I like to get some big Mr. Twisters because I'm telling you, these things are dynamite. Color, the red, white, and blue, and the clear plastic. You look at it, you're just like, yeah, that's something. I'm telling you, I had 100 of these things. I have three left. I have used them. They've
and
been
they're
abused
yellowed out.
and well, they're browned out or something, but the fish have just lit them up.
Hold on, let me finish with what I said with that Pad Crasher June. Is there a lure? I don't care if it's a Rapala that have used from the beginning. I have a second one. There's the small Pala top floating. It's a blue top, silver bottom. Brought me a ton of huge. But is there your favorite lures that you will wear out and buy over and over?
A lot of crankbaits.
Is there a specific?
I like the orange. Either orange or black. It's like a
Like a
crawdad.
crawdad.
Yeah, it's a crawdad kind of. It's a crankbait. But the thing is I have four of them
Hmm.
because when I fish like we'll say the Octorara Lake, when I'm fishing the reservoir up there early morning to 8 o'clock in the morning, I catch 4 or 5 largemouths on that. Not saying that every one of them's going to be 15 inches, but I'll catch.
Rebel crawdad.
Yeah, I'll catch.
Rebel crawdad.
Well, Rebel product, it's weird. I don't do.
That's a staple for me.
So I have one that's kind of big. It's probably about an inch to two
Small
inches.
one will catch anything.
Yeah, so there's a real small one. So I actually have the like 2 inch ones, I have real big street diving ones. They're like 3.5 inch, big, real nice crawdads. Never thrown them. I just bought them. I saw them on Amazon one time, and I'm like, I'm gonna buy two of the big ones, and then I'm gonna buy two of them really small ones. Now the real little small ones, I regret because every
They're
time I
too
go
small. They're
trout
too light.
fishing, I'm like, oh, I should bring them small crawdads with me. They're like an inch. They're like this big. They're so
You
tiny.
can't cast them.
Well, I don't know. These cast pretty
Yeah,
good. Yeah, yeah. Like if I'm trout fish, I'm using my ultralight.
yeah.
So that's a lot of weight actually. You know what I mean? It's actually will actually cast good. If I'm using like a medium to heavy action rod, it's shit. But creek fishing for stuff like that, it's good. Like, and I always said when to use them for trout. But for a lot of, I mean, and I mean, I'm sure there's guys out there that fish the Susquehanna and they're going to sit here and say I'm full of shit. But a lot of the tributaries, them rebel crawdads will damage. Do a lot of that, especially going through like little rip raps.
Yep.
A little bit of rapids and shit that are deep, and you throw that thing to the dude, you will destroy smallmouth with that. And I don't care if you're using the small ass one, the medium sized one. Again, I've never used the large size one yet. I always said I'm going to try it on the lake when I do go lake fishing. I always throw one in there. I just never get to it at a time because usually by 8 o'clock I'm rubber worming it. I'm just trying to catch fish. I'm trying to catch numbers, so I'm just trying to see what I can catch. But
When I'm not catching anything, not the small one, the medium one. That's my go-to. Not catching shit. Try to catch
I
anything.
hope something bites.
I've caught
Yep.
sunfish, caught bass, perch, crappie. I've caught everything on that lure, and it.
I have a medium one that's like brown,
Like,
has a little green, has a little orange,
yep,
and it's
I
not
got,
that big. Yeah,
yeah,
it's 2 inches, and it's I've done so good. Like I got one where the paint's totally off
yep.
the ass end, and when I went on Amazon, I found them. I actually tried to find it. They only had the big deep diving ones, and I only had the
That
little
thing's
tiny.
been around since you and I were born.
Oh, dude, I've had that Rebel crawdad for oh Christ, I've had that thing for 30, 40 years now.
Perch love it.
Oh no, everything. I mean, it's
Everything love it.
like I fish it when we used to go to. Me and my one buddy used to go to the mountains a lot fishing, and we would find lakes. And we're like, oh, let's go up here to this lake. We'll take the had a 12-foot flat bottom. We'll go to the truck, tie it in, throw the trolling motor in it, the battery in it, and we go up to a lake. If the lake had rock edges, so especially
Hmm.
like along
Hmm.
the dam areas where the dam was, and you got this big wall of rocks and shit. I would use a crawdad lure. Oh my God, the walleyes, everything is
That
smallmouth, largemouth, perch, like you said, pickerel, everything
that
would hit
is
that.
the lure version of a can of worms.
Yep, yeah. Yeah.
Because you're gonna catch something if you throw that. Just everything, every fish seems to hate crawdad.
All right. So why we're on the subject of this of baits and stuff. So everybody, you should all know me and Mike don't really fish live bait too much.
Nope.
I when I do a creek float down, I will bring fresh minnows. But I'm going to go get them
Yeah,
out.
we'll bring minnows.
I'm going to go get them out of a creek. I'm not going to buy them. I'm going to actually go get them out of a creek so that I can have something that's
Local.
maybe, yeah, maybe something more looks.
Not the other thing is there's a lot of problems with invasive.
You get some of the minnows like I mean, you go to bait shops and you can buy the shiners. Yeah, they look good. They're all nice and healthy. They don't catch shit.
They don't catch shit.
It's like when I was a kid, I would go out and if I had a bucket of minnows and I had 100 minnows, I caught 100 fish.
Well, we didn't have money to buy minnows.
Yeah, but it's just funny because you look at the minnows, and I just don't like the bait shop minnows, and it has nothing to do with most of the minnows are coming from Canada. We're not
I
fishing Canada.
thought about it today when I pulled up at the boat launch. There was all those chubs.
Yeah, that's what
I
you're
said,
saying about it. You fish with them things.
people buy minnows. I'm like, could have caught with a dip net 100 chubs.
Yep.
And those things will do way better than what you buy at the big store.
And this is terrible. I don't know the name of the shad, but like when I fish certain areas like Boltwood Dam.
Hmm.
Boltwood Dam, the fish ladder stops running after a certain time. There's these little shad. I want to say they're called gizzard shad. Do not mark my words. Not guaranteeing this, but
Condemn him for it.
they are little shads. They're about 2-3 inches. They're all white. They got a black dot on them right below their one, right below their one
Yeah.
gill. When I'm at Holtwood, they came up in certain areas where we used to bring. They used to have a little tiny dip actually right above us. See that black net? Can't see. Oh, actually, you can see it right here. This net. I would drop this net into the water into like Rhino Rapids, up 100, 200 of them in there. And I just got sick of carrying that thing all the time. So that's why I didn't bring it. But it would do wonders. I mean, and when I tell you it would do wonders, it would do wonders. I would get a whole bunch of shad. I could catch every smallmouth in the river with it because
You know
that's
what?
what's in the water they see. And they're
I
eating.
gotta tell you what's interesting. When we went to Holtwood, I don't know if you remember, but I had some swim baits that were saltwater swim baits, but they were shad swim baits. Um, first, second cast out there, it was the same thing. It was a little bigger. It was that long,
Yeah,
but it had the one black spot on it, and that was my first hook that day.
yeah,
Something going after that,
yeah.
so it
And
looked like something native.
that's something that's there. So when you go get minnows out of the creeks, I used to do like when I knew I was going fishing tomorrow, for example. If I'm going fishing, I'm going to the river for the day. I would go out today and go get all my minnows out of the creek. I would sink a bucket in the creek
Hmm.
right underneath one of the bridges where I was at in the morning. I'd leave a half hour early, go to that bridge, drop down with a flashlight, grab my line, fill my 5 gallon bucket up, sink my minnows. On, I'm going, I'm fishing. Within an hour, I'm fishing with them. I already have my minnows. I don't have to waste a lot of time. Something that I used to use so much that we don't use a lot anymore, but I really think I need to really start doing it because it's something cheap to go get night crawlers. Night
Okay.
crawlers always did good on night crawlers. Smallmouth walleyes, catfish, carp, perch, the little Google eyes, little rock bass, sunfish. Um, but we used to break them in half.
Yeah, 'cause they're big.
And we used to have a big joke. It's all about the tail of the worm. So my one buddy who I would fish with, we'd buy we would actually get the night crawlers. We had worm nets in our house. So we would just bring a little plastic pouch with hooks to your belt, put like 2 dozen worms in there. Well, my buddy would never bring worms. I would always have my little can of worms. That son of a bitch would leave me all the heads and take all the tails. The tails look great in the water. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is, but I would always use the heads. I would always catch the catfish. My buddy would catch every freaking walleye, every freaking smallmouth. So then I started going in there, and I was always like, always try to get the tail. Every time I got the tail, it was always good fishing bait. The minnows though that we used to use, we called them Indian runners. Find them a lot of times when you're seining for minnows in the riprap. They are gold, black stripe down the side of
I
them.
know exactly what you're talking about.
I don't give a shit if it was 100 degrees outside. Every minnow in your bucket dies. Even the ones that look like little baby rainbow trout, you know what I mean, but aren't rainbow. Everything. This little gold thing would live all day long. And me and my one friend used to always say, guaranteed piece of meat almost every time. If you could find them 3 inches, like one day we seined up a minnow. I had a bucket of minnows, 75 Indian. It was probably the best day I had fishing. It was actually Hurricane Bertha hit. Me and my buddy went out first thing in the morning. After this, go hit a couple of these creeks real quick. We hit a couple of creeks. I had 75 of these things. We limited out walleye first 5 minutes of fishing. We each had 5 walleye. It was that quick. It was that fast. We kept fishing for bigger walleye. So they sounded the sirens that they were going to flood the dam, and then we had to get out of there. So it's crazy. Hey, thanks, John. I appreciate that. I'll check it out, man. I mean, that might be the perfect size. Um, but always looking for something 3, 4 inches. But 2 incher might work. But I want to get a couple of them. I'm gonna have to get you to give me some of them because I want to buy a couple of packs. Like I said, I want to be able to hand them out to people. The only thing is put your cast and nasty's symbol on them, but somehow I have to figure out a way that I can put some Gone Fishin thing on it. That's gonna be
we need some stickers.
that's
We need some bigger stickers.
yeah,
We need stickers for the yaks.
yeah. Well, it's gonna be our Gone Fishing lure. It's gonna be our Gone Fishing rubber worm. Whether it catches fish or not, it's not really about that. It's the novelty of it. It's red, white, and blue. It's patriotic. It's cool. Especially like when we went to the Trump rally the one day. You know, within a hand, that things would have been gold out there. Them guys would have sucked that. We could have probably sold them to people walking around. I mean, that's how crazy that place was.
That
With all
was.
the,
We
with
went to
all the
this.
American flags and
We went
everything.
to this thing. It was awesome.
It was a good time. It was a good time.
It was. So I'm just gonna put it out there.
We were in the sticks.
I'm not political.
You know, we're not political at all, but we just called it the Trump rally because it was funny because of all the flags and everything.
So before I move on to anything else, like we're on live date, I'm gonna throw out there something that I grew up using, especially during trout season. But we use mealworms,
Mm.
and nowhere around here sells mealworms. Well, I can't say that because there is one place. You, especially during trout season, you want an edge on everyone else? Get yourself some mealworms because they look like larvae. Everything that lives in the river. They're they actually survive really well under the water. But you can get mealworms at Petco. People feed them to their lizards and everything. Good. That's where I get my mealworms. I go to Petco, and they're actually cheaper than buying them at a bait store. You can go to Walmart and buy mealworms. You're gonna pay double the price. Go to Petco.
Some places you go to, you can buy them out of a vending machine. Like I know there's a place up on the Susquehanna we go, and it's kind of funny. I'm trying to think of the guy's name. I think I have his card over my board over there. But he has like live minnows that you put in. But dude, I was a kid, live minnows for a dozen for large minnows.
Yeah,
Today they're 10,
I know.
$12. It's
You want to talk about
crazy.
that?
I'm not gonna
Talk
say.
about bloodworm.
Oh yeah, they went. It's
Bloodworms.
cheap.
The place by the one place I almost said place by where we go for steakheads. That gas station right up the road
Yep,
is charging $20 a
for blowing.
dozen
Yeah,
bloodworm. $20.
yeah. Nobody's paying. I mean, again, I mean, inflation's
It used to be
crazy.
$6 a dozen.
Oh, dude, I don't even. I've used bloodworms one time, and I think I paid $3 for a dozen.
I
And it was so long ago. So long ago. I don't really use them.
I don't really use them either. I've actually only used them one time.
I like to go back up to the mountains fishing one time up in PA. One place we went, they would sell leeches. They were about 2 inches big. They were, I think they were $3 a dozen back then. That was, we're going back 30
I've been
years. So.
places that you could just put your foot in and catch.
Oh, yeah, it would just come. Oh, yeah, I've had spots where fish lakes where you just look in the lake and you can see them. Like, you can see them moving. I mean, they're your
They don't
walleye
bother me.
lakes. No, they don't bother me neither. And I don't mind to touch them, put a hook through them, because when them things are in the water, you know, them things are like 90 miles per hour just rolling.
The action, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Anything that's down there that's aggressive, it's gonna crush that shit. But but hey, we're starting to get down to the nitty gritty.
Before we do this, I'm having a problem here. Every time I look at Ray, I like to wear this hat because it's been recommended I wear it. you tell me if I should wear it or not. But it seems to block my eyes a lot. Anyway, let me know. Right, right.
Yeah,
Let's wrap this.
yeah, let's wrap this up. Hey, sorry again about the technical difficulties earlier. It's all good though. Um, we all need a break. We're gonna take the holiday. We're gonna take off 4th of July. So you won't have to be bored with us on the 4th of July next week. Of course, nobody's going to be watching this. Everybody's going to be getting ready for fireworks, probably drinking, probably half hammered by this time. So we're
We
gonna
don't need to be on
we're gonna
because you don't need to see where we're at that time.
we're gonna take some time away, spend some time with our families. So 4th of July, we will not be here. We will put something on the Gone Fishin page, just to a post, just to let you know that we won't be on next week. Following week, we'll be back. Um, we have some bait shops that we need to contact. I'm going to do some while I'm off next week.
And
Um,
I'm going to contact one of the kayak shops.
yeah, I'm going to definitely get a hold of some people next week. I'm actually,
Maybe we could get
Lord willing, by Wednesday of next week, I will be back on my schedule with work. I fell a little bit behind. Camera moved again. Um,
a lot.
I'm going to try to do what I can do um, to get some stuff done. But anyway, hey, there's a, I have some things to just call out real quick. We might run a little bit over here. Sarah Getta. I hope I'm saying your last name correctly. I need your address so I can send your prize pack to you.
I have her
Um,
address.
oh, you haven't? She sent it to you? Okay. Maybe I'll send it home with you to do it. Chris Narayan, I'm going to run into your ass sometime. We're going to go do some fishing this year. Um, I'll bring you a Cast and Nasty sticker. I forget the other guy who won. He said he sent you. I think he sent it to John and not us. Um. Oh God, I have
We'll
his name.
coordinate with John.
Yeah, I have everybody. I have everybody's names. I have everybody's little sticker, whatever. I want to get them out to you. I don't like stuff. I have a note that's on my board over yonder in my office that says I have to get these things sent out. Sarah, if you are local and you are in Delaware and you are in the Newark, Middletown area, I will bring them to you and hand them to you so you have them right away.
Me as well, because I'm traveling through there as
And
well. So we'll
and
take care
John
of
Carver makes a great soft plastics, and I want to get them in your hand because he was so nice to donate them. And you know, it's not like you're getting $1,000 worth of stuff, but it is something we want to get it into your hands. So, um,
so,
John, I hope you're feeling better. Um, I really need them red, white, and blue clear worms with my Senkos.
John, by the way,
Sarah's in Dover. All right, thanks, John.
John,
I will.
John, you need,
Good.
let me reach out. John, um, as you know, I'm a teacher. I'm off for the summer. You need some help and some stuff done. I could be your set of hands for a little bit. I know you got your hands wrapped up. And mm, I could learn. You teach me, and I'll hook you up. Be- I would be interested in learning the behind the scenes on this stuff. So let me know if you want a little help and some stuff done.
Yeah,
Um,
I get some of them bags on and make me some rubber worms. I want to put money in your hands, John. So I want whenever you're better and you know you're better and you're good. I know you got me, but I just want to get these over. I just want to get them out because I want to start going out fishing on the water. And I'm getting ready to get into my. Once I get through the 4th of July, everything goes well. I'm going to start taking off every Friday from my business and
and
start going out fishing. And
that
I do.
means that I'm going out on Fridays as well.
Yeah, so I want to go out because I go fish with all them old men up on the one reservoir. I meet these couple guys up there, and I want to hand them out. I just want to hand them bags. They go here, try this. Let me know how it works. You know, this is my name, whatever. Because eventually, John, I have a funny feeling that we're gonna make some gone fishing rubber worms and stuff, and we're just gonna have it. They're gonna be our gone fishing. They're gonna be our trademark thing.
Yeah,
You
man.
got the snakehead outlaws shit. You know what I mean? You got the freaking American snakeheads. You got the killer lures. You got all them goofy other ones out there. We're gonna have our own thing. John's gonna be our maker. We're gonna make
Yep.
John.
So
I want to put John on the map.
before you wrap up, I just want to say thanks for bearing with us on the technical issues and at the beginning.
We went over it
I
again tonight.
I was coming into this dragon ass. I've been on the water all day, sunburnt as hell. Um, had some technical difficulties on the water trying to zero in on my stuff. But thank you. We appreciate you. And the only reason we had all these problems.
Because Michael's not here and he changed the passwords. We're blaming Michael.
No,
Yeah, we're gonna blame him. Matt, are we blaming him?
yeah, but
That's right.
I'm talking about like me dragging ass and stuff. It's mostly because where have I been? What have I been doing?
we need to get to these bait stops and start getting these bait stops that we've contacted and start getting them, start doing our shows from there. And hey Matt, get ready to shut us down. I mean, hold on, give us a couple seconds. So, but anyway, remember no show 4th of July. Hopefully, we can put a couple little clips out next week. Just some little small things out there. Um, and some new ideas coming to the show. Me and Mike are going to discuss them after the show tonight. Some new things we're going to do each week. We're going to have like a little.
How
We're going to have an expert corner. We're going to have an expert. We're going to start having some different things. We're going to start doing some different things through this hour. And another thing, uh, just to everybody who watches the whole video, even after we're off, comment during the week, send pictures of what you're catching.
we have a catch board. Send it.
So here's the thing, though. We also want to. We're going to discuss maybe. Well, we'll bring that up after 4th of July. But I think we're going to change our night. Um, and
Yeah.
I'm starting to thinking of Mike when he goes back to school. Thursday nights are kind of not a bad night. Actually, a really good night. Um, there's some other live feeds that go on during this time and nighttime, and trying to think if we could generate some more people. Maybe try to think of maybe doing a Wednesday night, or maybe even I know Friday night everybody's out the bar after work, happy hour and stuff like that. But I kind of think maybe doing something different. We'll figure it all out.
Send us your feedback.
Yeah, send us some feedback on it. Remember, no show on the 4th of July. Subscribe to YouTube at Fishin 302. It's FISHIN. No G on it. 302. It's a little small little blip that says Gone Fishin on it. Click on it. Subscribe. Our subscribers are going up. Any more comments?
Yeah. Tired.
Mike's tired.
Sunburned.
Mike's
You
tired.
know why? Because
Well, you were going crabbing, so
you know,
well, we're gonna say, okay,
that's true.
you are pushing. So, but it's like crabbing. Fishing. Oh no, it depends what you're doing. If you're out on the street corner and you're crabbing, that could be bad. If you're out in the water and you're crabbing, you're
Okay.
crawls.
So
It's a different thing. So
let's talk about tomorrow then.
tomorrow's a fishing day, maybe. I gotta wait and see how my day goes. I'm trying to catch up on my schedule. I have felt
So
maybe.
I'm struggling for this. So Ray, who are we?
We are going fishing. I'm Ray. That's Mike. And everybody, enjoy next week. And everybody, Mike, what are we going to do all next week?
I think I'm gonna be Gone Fishin.
Yeah, we're going fishing. Peace out,
And
everybody.
don't blow your fingers off.
Yeah. Peace out.